spelling bee a bit? Go right ahead. J what? Oh, you can do better than that. Try it again. Go ahead. One more time. Here we go. A long while ago, I am dating myself with this. There was a wonderful television show in which a boat went out for a 3-hour tour and ended up marooned on Gilligan's Island. Not so long ago, every week a receiver would go out for a 3-hour ball game and found himself marooned on Revis Island.
Yeah!
There must be something in the water in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, Darrelle Revis' hometown.
Oh yeah, Aliquippa.
There's nobody left in Aliquippa today. You're all here. Way to go. Hall of Famers Mike Ditka, Ty Law grew up there. So did Tony Dorsett. Once again, Aliquippa water has been turned into wine. After a sparkling career at Pitt, Revis was drafted in the first round of 2007 by the New York Jets. It didn't take long for him to become one of the very rarest of NFL commodities, a shutdown corner. The Jets could basically play 10-on-10 for defense. From 2008 to 2015, he was a Pro Bowler every season, except for the one that he was injured. 2009, 2010, the upstart defensive-minded JETS Jets made the AFC title game. Right about that time, Revis' interception and passes defense totals were dropping significantly because nobody threw to his side. Nobody. His division rival certainly knew. Bill Belichick, and I quote, "We always game plan to avoid him in the running and the passing game," which is the highest compliment that I could give. Tom Brady, and I quote, "He forced you to throw the ball the other way because his way, nobody was ever open." Revis played with New England one season. In 2014, they won the Super Bowl. I know, but they did. They did. To present him today, his hero, not from football, but from life, his mom, Diana Askew.
He was a very dominant player, and he went after a player's will.
Romo rolling right, throws right sideline, intercepted, picked up by Revis.
No man has an eye, but Darrelle Revis does. He has none.
Come and visit Revis Island.
The legend of Revis Island first took root in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, a football hotbed that had produced Hall of Famers Tony Dorsett, Mike Ditka, and Ty Law.
I remember Darrelle at a young age. After practice, the coach came over to me and he said, "He's going to be great if he sticks with this." And I said, "Okay." I said, I'll do what I need to do to help him follow his dream.
Revis' star continued to rise in college, down the road at Pitt.
And when he got to the Jets, I was so amazed at his play and who he was out there on that field. And I knew what I put in him, but I didn't know it was going to come out like that.
He just blankets the best wide receivers.
That's my son. That is my son out there doing this. It was amazing, like a superhero.
Is that who I think it is? Is that number 24 with the cape on?
I respect you, dog. I respect you too, boy. Hey, it's real tough.
Revis was a perennial Pro Bowler and a game changer, routinely shutting down the league's best wideouts and setting a new standard at the position.
Intercepted, picked up by Revis.
Revis Island against Randy Moss.
He followed his Jets tenure with short stints in Tampa, Kansas City, and New England which included a Super Bowl championship. But he ended his career by signing a one-day contract to retire as a New York Jet.
He is one of the best Jets players of all time. And he continues to be great at everything that he touches and put his hands to. He masters it as he has mastered the game and life.
Knocked away from Calvin Johnson by Darrelle Revis. Terrific play.
This was the best year a corner has ever had in the National Football League.
Over 11 seasons, he would finish with 7 Pro Bowl selections, 4 first-team All-Pro nods, 29 career interceptions, and a well-earned reputation as one of the greatest players to ever patrol the secondary.
Darrelle Revis Island, is a masterpiece in itself. That is his legacy.
Intercepted by Darrelle Revis on his island.
I am honored and privileged to present my son, Darrelle Revis, for enshrinement into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah! Revis!
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Darrelle Revis for enshrinement in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, his mother, Diana Askew.
I just want to start off by saying, basketball was my first love. I was nice now. So it's kind of surreal that I'm here today being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. People back at home from Aliquippa know I'm a hooper at heart. Life is shaped by the choices we make. Even if one thing we cannot choose shapes us most. Where we come from. No one has control over when they're born, what family they're born into, or where they start. But these things have profound impact on every decision we make and who we become. The conditions had to be just right for me to end up here. Every moment, every opportunity, perfectly aligned. I'm from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. For those of you who never heard of Aliquippa, all you need to know are their 3 names: Mike Dickens, Tony Dorsett, and Ty Law. My hometown produces legends. Now that you know where I come from, I need to tell you a little bit about who I come from. My Uncle Mark played Division I basketball at Duquesne. I was a ball boy for his team. I thought to myself that I'd make it to the NBA before he did. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old at the time, and he used to bring me on campus with him. One day we were driving through a neighborhood, nice neighborhood, and we stopped at the end of a long driveway. I could see a huge house at the end. My uncle asked me, would you like to live in a house like that someday? I said yes. Looking back on that moment now, I realized that was the first time I learned about manifestation and visualization. As kids, we've all imagined ourselves making the cut play that will our team to victory. But this was different. I was becoming aware of the connection between seeing myself in that house and the intention behind my action. I've learned early on that if I wanted to be in a house like that, I had to set some goals. Ultimately, goal setting became the core of my preparation and work ethic. If I got my hoop game from my uncle, then you know I got to love my football game from my Uncle Sean. He played for Pitt and was drafted in the first round. A blueprint I would later follow before all of that, I was his finish line. My uncle would run sprints up the hills we lived near, and I would be waiting at the top. He was an example of doing the things necessary to give yourself the chance to be great. I internalized that lesson, and it fueled my insanity. It wasn't enough to win. I needed to dominate. By that time I reached high school, my development as a player progressed to a point where it was time to learn about sports as a business. My Uncle Sean, he would give me challenges. He would give me $100 every pick I made and every touchdown I scored. I may not have realized it at the time, but he was preparing me for what was to come. It wasn't about the money. It was about understanding my value, my worth as a player. So when it was time for me to go to the league, I was prepared. In 2007, I was drafted, 14th overall. That moment was a combination of all lessons I learned and all the work put into the pursuit of perfection. It was an opportunity for me to continue my legacy from my hometown and to forge my own. Now that you know how I started, I'd like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to some of the people who have supported me on my journey. And I'd like to start with Rex Ryan. Ahead of the new 2009 season, Rex Ryan called me the best corner in football, and I haven't even met him yet. Needless to say, the expectations were high. After our first meeting, I was convinced I'd play my heart out for him. He was crafting a winning culture and told me that he was confident that I was a guy to set the tone for the rest of the team. Rex, thank you for seeing something special in me and motivating me to live up to that potential. Thank you. When Rex joined the team, he brought over a secondary coach, who I became very close with. Dennis Thurman was a perfect fit for my development as a player. I don't know if you recall, but in 2009 ended up in being a historical season for me, and DT was a pivotal role in my success. To help me stay focused, he'd often tell me, get used to fighting boredom, and when the ball is thrown your way, be ready. They will come at you when you at least expect it. His words stuck with me to a point to where if I let up a single catch, I felt like it was a letdown to my teammates. Thank you, DT, for all your valuable advice and helping me achieve greatness. Also, I would like to thank all of my teammates and coaches for making me a better player. I came to work every day with the desire to elevate my game, and you helped me achieve that. It's been an honor to suit up with you every day. I love you guys. I didn't get the chance to play with this guy named Deion Sanders, but he was a prototype for me. What Jordan is to Kobe is prime to Revis Island. You came first, and I wanted to play just like you. You were the roadmap to greatness. Thank you for paving the way. Now, I don't know where my Pop's at. I think I see him there. Thank you, Pop, for teaching me to be disciplined and telling me if I put in the hard work, it all pay off. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you for staying true to who you are. Thank you. To my first coach, my mother Diana. I remember if I wasn't doing well in the classroom, you would take away the very thing I love, which was playing ball. At the time, I didn't appreciate you taking ball away. But the lesson was to make sure I had the same type of focus in the classroom as I did with sports. Thank you for always knowing what path I needed to take to make it here to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. To my daughter, Deani, and my son, Jaden, never back down from a challenge. Dare yourself to become great at whatever you choose to do. It's your time. Stay in the moment. I love you. Thank you to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Committee, and my dear friend, Gary Myers, for voting me into football heaven. It's been an honor to be here and stand amongst the greats. I also would like to thank the Jets organization for trading up 2007, giving me the opportunity to play in New York City for the best fans in the world. Man, it was like MetLife Stadium in here. The pressure was intense, but so was the love. And to the Jets fans, for all the boos, cheers when I was drafted 14th overall, to burning my jersey, and I signed with the Patriots, to now being here in Canton. There they go. I guess it's safe to say we've been through a lot together. You expected great things out of me. In every single game, I accepted the challenge. Thank you for believing in me and supporting me every step of the way. You will always have a place to stay on Revis Island. I'll leave you with one last story. I used to train in Phoenix, Arizona, and on Sundays we would climb Camelback Mountain. Most of you don't know, Camelback Mountain is very dangerous. People die all the time and pass away. And I think that was when my insanity kicked in for me to go beyond my limits and do something different for myself as a player at the time. When you're at the bottom of Camelback Mountain, it's just you and two voices. The doubt is telling you, damn, it's just hot. I don't know about this. And the believer saying, I will not be stopped from reaching my goal at the top. The competition will always be you versus you. If you stay focused and fall in love with the process, you will always come out on top. Peace and love, everyone. Thank you. God bless.